is going to be another reading for you. My name's Tawana. If you're new here, thanks for being here. Thanks for your likes, shares, subscribes, and for all of your interaction with the channel. Today we're going to do a past, present, future reading. It can resonate for your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node placements. It is collective, so it may or may not resonate with you. If you'd like to book a one-on-one session with me, my calendar link is down below. Let's begin. So the energy surrounding you right now, Cappies, is the Father. Let's read what this card means. The Father. Alongside the Mother, the Father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The Father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom, and loyalty. Yet, ironically and simultaneously, the Father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the Father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both the guardian and one who leaves us to the wolves. Here, yet gone. The champion and the failure, the Father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the Father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. Alright, so the parting message here is become a student of this masculine energy. Watch the Father in movies, in Shakespeare plays. See the Father as a pattern and not as personal. So immediately, I feel like some of you are in this energy of... Some of you may be going through your Saturn return, and that's what's sparking this. So a Saturn return in astrology is basically on the premise that Saturn orbits the Sun every 30 years. And so every 30 years, or Saturn comes back to the exact place that it was at the time of our birth. And so because Saturn is a planet of discipline, authority, harsh lessons, it's a time of a lot of introspection and self-growth for us. A lot of that growth is internal. Now, this card for me as a reader, I feel like it is more so talking about you being between worlds. So possibly a lot of you who are going through a Saturn return right now, because of Saturn leaning against you this much and pushing you this much, I feel like it's kind of like integrating your past experiences with a masculine figure in some of your lives. Some of you, this is your father or somebody who represented a father figure for you. So coming out of the lessons, some things that you loved about that experience, some things that you hated about that experience, some things that impacted you for life from that experience, and kind of acknowledging that right now and integrating it into your personality so that you can integrate your light and your shadow to become more of a well-rounded human being, more of a healed, whole human being. So I feel like that's what this energy is talking about for a lot of you. Sometimes with your Saturn return, you suppress so many things that you often forget that you had issues with these things, and Saturn is kind of your Saturn return kind of brings those things back into your awareness so you can heal and integrate them. So if you're not dealing with that personally, if you're not dealing with a personal father wound that you are healing or tending to, some of you, this could be your own fatherhood journey that you're going through as well. So let's begin. Let's get some more insight in your tarot spread. Tell me about the death. Clarify the death. Clarify the death, please. Alright. So in the past, the Death card, Ace of Swords, and the Hangman is coming up here. I feel like you've been going through major lessons. This is very much looking like it's going to resonate for a lot of you going through a Saturn return right now, because it's heaps of transformative energy. So I feel like what you've been going through in the past, whatever has ended, or whatever you have put to a close, or whatever you have attached some amount of finality to, I feel like it's like whatever experience that was, so however traumatic that was, however hurtful that was, it's now balancing out that energy. I feel like you're now, in the past you were able to see something from a new perspective, and gain clarity on something that possibly needed to change or balance out a little bit more in your life. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. Now, this transformation could be work, it could be a relationship, it's just a transformative energy where I feel like you had to put something to an end to clear space to do something else, do something differently. So tell me about this Ace of Swords. Clarify this Ace of Swords. So you came into a new perspective on how to gain success at something. This could be gain success at your job, gain success in a relationship, but you kind of figured something out, how to do something better so that you are in a more successful place. Some of you, this could be an area where you are in front of the public eye, because the Six of Wands does talk about getting public recognition. So I feel like you've had clarity on how to do something, how to progress, how to have something materialize in the way that you want it. A lot of you, I feel like this is going to be in the sector of your work, but let's continue with the reading first. Tell me about the Hangman. Clarify the Hangman. What's the Hangman here, please? Alright, so the Hangman is clarified by the Seven of Wands. So I feel like you've been keeping yourself to yourself, and that's probably why you've been able to move through this energy and have the clarity that you needed, because I feel like it's a very isolated energy. I kind of see you sticking to yourself, being by yourself to see some things, to get kind of clarity on your own, not from the influence of anyone else, not from the influence of your parents and your friends. I feel like you've been going through something alone, and you probably have not been talking to many people about it. You've probably been keeping people out of your space. I get here that this is it's not necessarily to block people out, but it's something that you needed in that moment to be able to get to a clearer understanding of self, or a clearer understanding of whatever it is that you've been going through on a personal level. All right. Tell me, the current energy is the Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. So an energy of creativity right now, but also still very, very protective of yourself. Let's dive in. To clarify this Page of Wands. Clarify this Page of Wands. Clarify this Page of Wands, please. Okay. So right now, Cappies, I feel like there's a person around you who I feel like is very fond of you, but I do feel like you're very, very guarded towards that person. Let's find out why. Why this Nine of Wands? Why this Nine of Wands? Because you're focused on your own personal journey and establishing some amount of long-term stability for yourself and your family. Okay, so people are around you who are interested in you, but I feel like your focus is on self, and your money, as it should be. Sometimes we can't dedicate that energy to other people where we need to get our shit together. And I feel like that's the kind of energy that I am seeing here. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. What is this Knight of Cups, please? What's this Knight of Cups? Yeah, actually, so there are multiple people around you. Some of you can be aware or not aware of these people. But yeah, I see two people popping up around, two people in your energy. One is a very strong connection, but the person is coming up as a very young person, so there may be some kind of age difference between you guys, energetically speaking, or literally. But yeah, I feel like the people around you, try as they might, I feel like you're putting up really big boundaries with them. And it's not necessarily boundaries to keep people out, but it's boundaries to protect yourself and to protect the energy that you need to dedicate to your personal journey right now. Some of you are definitely in front of a spotlight because we have the Star card and we have the Six of Wands. So the Star card talks about being seen as a celebrity. This is the card of, for me, having the spotlight on you in whatever way. So whether you're an influencer, whether you're a public figure, actor, screenwriter, poet, whatever, just having some amount of spotlight on you. And then for me, this is the recognition card where people are recognizing you for your talents, efforts, etc. So some of you are definitely in front of a spotlight, or if you are not in a spotlight right now, you are about to be, or that's your destiny to embrace that. All right, so coming up in the future energy, we have the Seven of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the King of Cups. It's so funny how your energy is in this reading, but there are a lot of people around you. Yeah, there's a lot of energy around you. Tell me about the Seven of Cups. Clarify the Seven of Cups. What's the Seven of Cups here? The Emperor. Alright, so more, clarify the Seven of Cups. Give me more on show me more on the Seven of Cups. Okay, so I feel like you're evaluating what risks to take in the future. You're taking control of this energy of feeling confused, because going through a transformation is difficult. There are going to be moments there where you're feeling very clear, days that you're feeling very clear, like, okay, this is what I need to do. Other days you're in the middle of a depression, like, oh my god, my life's falling apart. So I feel like that energy is coming to a close in the future where you're taking control of, what do I want to do? What option do I want to take a risk on? I can see things a little bit clearer now to pick the route that is best for me. That's the energy that I'm getting for you coming up in the future. Tell me about... Actually, clarify the Fool. Clarify the Fool. What's the Fool? Yeah, I feel like you are becoming very, very clear on what exactly you need to be determined on, what exactly you need to be relentless on, what exactly you need to pursue. I feel like you have been, or you're currently going through a bunch of different options to solidify this energy. I mean, when you're going through a personal journey, you're trying to see what works, what doesn't work, etc. When you're building a legacy for yourself, that's also an energy of you like trying, okay, let me put a hand in this and see what comes of it, let me put a hand in that and see what comes of it. But I feel like you're coming out of this energy of confusion, like I don't know what's going to work, I don't know what's going to hit it, I don't know what's going to, you know, like what I should be pushing, or what I should kind of like, I don't know what to commit to. And that's changing. That energy is changing. I feel like you're taking control of your emotions, taking control of your resources, everything that you possibly need to move forward in a specific direction, and know and be convicted that this is the direction that is best for you to move in. All right, so clarify this Four of Pentacles. Clarify this Four of Pentacles. Clarify this Four of Pentacles. So this is definitely you, Cappies. Four of Pentacles, you are strategizing, you're holding back, you're probably being very strategic with your money right now, very strategic with your energy. I feel like you're holding on because you have a plan. You probably are doing a lot of things right now that people don't understand, or a lot of people around you may be thinking you're moving differently, or you're, you know, like people can sense when that energy changes or shifts within your dynamic with them. So I feel like you're doing a lot of holding yourself back right now because you're in this space of some of you may not want to be used for the things that you are cultivating, because you've had to travel a very, very difficult and personal journey to be able to reap the benefits of your manifestations, right? And I feel like you're recognizing that and kind of like, I'm not about to share this with any and anyone. So in the future, it's just looking like this reserved energy because you're very selective on who you get to share the space of your life with. But the good thing is, all the things that you're working on are starting to come to fruition. This card, the Nine of Cups, talks about material and emotional abundance, being content with that. So I feel like there is this place where you're going to come into where you're happy with all of the work that you've done and that you're doing, and you're reaping the benefits of that, but you're going to be very, very restrictive on who you share that with. And I feel like it's because of your journey and you knowing that you had to walk a path on your own, and you knowing how difficult it was for you to walk. Just be very careful of this energy that you're not it's not mean, but you know what? If you feel like this is the energy that you need to protect yourself and the things that you have worked for, then do you. Just don't be overly restrictive of yourself, because then you're kind of going to block out your own blessings and your own experiences in terms of experiencing new people, things like that. So yes, I get this self-protective energy, but just make sure that it's self-protective and not self-restrictive. And then closing your reading, we have the Four of Swords and the King of Cups. Tell me about this. So I feel like there is this water sign energy here, and it's almost like I'm feeling like if you're dealing with a water sign, something is happening that's about to surprise you or catch you off guard with this water sign. Tell me more. Tell me more about this. Yeah, I feel like if you're dealing with a water sign, watch out for that, because things possibly can become a little bit testy between you guys. We have the Five of Wands energy. Yeah, things could possibly become a little bit tense between you and a water sign. Let me pull one more on this. Tell me more about the outcome of this. Tell me more on the outcome of this. Yeah, possibly a relationship that you were a part of or something that you were doing with a water sign. Things are about to change in that area where you possibly or they possibly no longer feel fulfilled with something between the both of you. Let's get some advice. Advice for Capricorns? What is the advice for Capricorns, please? Advice for Cappies? Community? This is a funny card to get because of how your reading ended. You're very self-protective. I feel like this is just reminding you, you know, like you don't have to be that protective, Cappy. So the Oracle's message, this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education, regardless of its form or focus. Your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. So I feel like this is just a reminder, like, don't block yourself off from people. Even though certain journeys have been personal, and yes, you do have to be protective of yourself, you also are a human being who's meant to live and explore other human beings, other relationship dynamics, and that's also how you grow. So never get in that energy where you feel too protective of yourself so that you're blocking out influences from others. So, Cappies, I hope this reading helped you. If it did, remember to like, share, subscribe. My calendar link is down below, so is my Patreon link if you'd like to learn spiritual education with me. With that said, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.